With their win over Bucyrus last week. We saw Crawford with their win over Mohawk a week ago as well. But this is what it's all about, Tim. Small town, high school football. Both teams 1-0 in the N10, and here we are.
Well, you know, and talking to Coach Bruner during the week and then also before the game tonight, you know, he looks at it as, you know, telling his kids, hey, we're tied for first place with these guys. So we got to come out. We got to be ready to play. We can't be thinking we're undefeated, we're this, we're that. You know, it's just like, hey, we got to be ready to play, and because Buckeye's going to be ready to play, and so, yeah,
I mean, it's a beautiful night for football, Tim. Well, what else could you ask for? You know, you mentioned talking with Coach Bruner a little bit. He's the head coach of Colonel Crawford with their leading 4-0 record. They faced off against Fairfield Union 3 weeks ago, 28-14. East Knox 42-18, and then last week against Mohawk at 24-21. Last week, Tim, took a lot out of them, both physically and mentally. You could tell it was that kind of game. It was a physical game between two physical teams in the N10. So that's something to watch out for here tonight. They've been banged up a little bit, but on the other hand, you know, they're a tough team.
Well, yeah, they are, and we. You know, Coach Bruner shared some things with me, you know, about that, you know, about the toughness of some of these guys. And again, they're not playing injured, they're playing hurt. You know, so they're sore, but he said really they came out of the game last week with Mohawk in pretty good shape. So nothing got worse. You know, so none of the things, you know, got any worse. The injuries got any worse. Some of them are getting better, and so it's just going to, you know, be something. That's what football is, you know, and you play hurt, and those guys are. And that's why I think it's important tonight to get off to a really good start. And to be honest, to try to figure out how to get a running clock so they can get these guys out.
And that's one thing that, you know, basically the captain of the defense, Payne DeGray. He was a human highlight reel last week.
He's one that's not hurt.
No, he is not hurt. He has 16 tackles for loss on the season, 4.5 sacks, and he has been a beast inside. You saw it a week ago, 6 tackles for loss, 4 sacks. I mean, you couldn't ask for much more out of the league leader in tackles for loss at 16, league leader in the sack column as well at 4.5 sacks.
Well, and real quick before we get to, you know, the keys is, yeah, he's not sitting on his laurels of last year being the defensive player of the year. I think he wants to make sure they understand he's going to be the same thing this year.
Yes, he wants to make it to back. Couple of keys for Colonel Crawford. You know, forget about last week. You played a tough game against Mohawk last week. Don't think about that game. I mean, I don't think they're going to be, but look forward to this game. Now you have to focus on what you need to focus on. Use your depth tonight. Buckeye Central doesn't have the depth that Colonel Crawford is. You talked about guys being banged up and a little bit hurt. They're playing, but they're not 100%, like you said. So that's something that they got to look out for. Look out for the health of their team.
Well, last week was a perfect example of that depth. I mean, McMichael's beat up a little bit. You know, Thu's a main cog on the defense. So all of a sudden they run out a sophomore, you know, Avery Powers, and he carried on a big, was it a 4th down? Or well, it was
a third down to get the first down.
Yeah, to get the first down, you know, to basically keep the drive alive to win the game. And, you know, just outstanding. You know, they just got guys. they just keep bringing more and more guys in, and it's just, so Buckeyes going to have their hands full tonight, no doubt about that.
Speaking of Buckeye, they come in with a record of 3-1, led by head coach Jordan Phillips. We mentioned that win last week against Bucyrus, 34-13. Our lone loss against Fairpoint Harding, where they lost 47-6, but they also beat South Central 34-7 the week before, and they have a big win in that week 1 win against Crestline as well, Tim. So started strong, but need to continue that positive momentum.
Well, there's no doubt, and obviously I think that's a huge key. I talked about it being a key for Colonel Crawford as well, to try to get off to a strong start. They want to get off to a strong start for the opposite reason that, they're coming in 3-1, so they're playing with some confidence.
Mm-hmm. And that's big. They're led by quarterback senior Jack Phillips. Feels like he's been around forever, Tim. He is an athlete.
No doubt about it.
521 yards passing. He has 7 total touchdowns. He's only thrown 1 interception, which has been key so far for them this year, because in years past, he's been prone to throwing those picks, but he's settled in here in his senior year.
Right. He just makes plays. And, we've had him, I've seen him a couple times, and he just makes plays when they need plays, whether it's with his legs or with his arm. And, obviously, he's played so much backyard football with his brother. It's usually, if it's going to be with the pass, it's probably going to be throwing it to his brother and making a play there, But they also, have another running back, in Austin Bogner, who does a pretty good job too. So, they want to be able to control the football and keep it away from Colonel Crawford's explosive offense. And, if they can do it, they can do it. So just like it says, they got to slow the game down. They got to be able to run the football, get first downs. So the key, another one of the keys will be, they got to do well on first down, and then continue just what you just talked about. Don't turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm. No mistakes here for Buckeye. And, you want to be blunt about it, but you also don't want to say too much. But does Buckeye need to play a perfect game to win tonight?
Well, I think pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, they're playing one of the absolute best teams in this area. They may have, we talked about it before we came on the air, they not only have probably the defensive player of the year, but right now Parker Weithman might be the player of the year, period, in the league, the way he's gotten off to a start.
Just talk about the things that he leads the league in.
He's leading the league in receptions. He's leading the league in receiving yards. He's leading the league in interceptions. He is leading the league in kickoff returns. And but he's only 3rd in punt returns, so,
He's not tops in the league in scoring, though.
But no, because because they keep giving it to McMichael when they get it down there on the goal line.
Exactly.
But so it's just he's having an amazing year, and so they just got guys, and they got great depth, and so they're gonna. That's why it's important again for Buckeye to get off to the good start, because sooner or later they're going to wear down. Mm-hmm. Because Crawford is not playing everybody both ways. It's kind of like, Ohio State the last couple of weeks playing Grambling State and OU. OU was able to stay with them for a while. But OU's, they're not playing 2 and 3 guys in the first half on offense at the same position.
Yeah.
They're not, Ohio State just keeps subbing guys. So they're fresh. And, sooner or later, Buckeye Central is not going to be fresh. Where Crawford probably will be.
All right, we'll take a quick break here for the Buckeye Central alma mater, and then the national anthem right after that. And when we come back, we will have the kickoff here between Buckeye Central and Colonel Crawford. That's coming up next here on WBCO and the OH Report.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
For 25 years, the team at Spreng Capital Management has helped you and your family through times of economic uncertainty. This experience and knowledge has helped us to guide you through numerous economic cycles, making us qualified to help you through the economic turmoil of today. When reviewing your own economic plan, let us help guide you along the right path. Call us at 419-563-0084. At Spreng Capital Management, we are here to be your financial partner.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Good evening once again, everybody, here on WBCO. Jared Moore alongside Tim Birie, Buckeye Central. Colonel Crawford set to kick off here on Military Appreciation Night here from Buckeye Central High School. I think they do it better than anybody else, Tim.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it just makes you kind of appreciate it more that they still do that and that they put on such a great show. And, you know, you understand that over the past couple of weeks, how this country, a lot of us have come together. A lot of us have been driven apart. But we are still the greatest country in the world,
No
Tim.
doubt about it.
And where would you rather be on a Friday night with the backdrop of the woods, of the cornfield, and small town Ohio, United States of America?
Well,
and here we are.
And a guy down there in a wheelchair, but 101 years old, a World War II veteran that was down there as they raised the flag and sung the national anthem. Like you said, they really do this right here in New Washington.
They certainly do.
Well, let's get this comment out of the way, because I heard it like on every radio station and TV station that talked about high school football. Hard to believe we're halfway through after tonight. It's the last time I'm going to say it.
And it's like 80 degrees out, Tim. I mean, we have nothing to complain about here tonight. Other games in the area tonight include Richmond Heights, or that's tomorrow, Richmond Heights at Crestline. If you want a chance to go watch some football on a Saturday night, go over there, enjoy the Harvest Festival as well. Mohawk at Bucyrus, Cary at Seneca East, Clear Fork at Pleasant, Galleon visits Ontario Highland, will head to Shelby. River Valley clashes with Marion Harding. Upper Scioto Valley at Richdale, Corey, Rawson, and Elgin. Northmore at Danville, Cardington at East Knox. Your Freddies are at Northmore tonight, Tim. And that's pretty much a roundup here of the closer games in the area. So, you know, a lot of football to look forward to tonight. Any of those games stick out to you, Tim?
Well, you know, I haven't asked Coach Dick over at Galleon, but who did he upset? Obviously the schedule maker in the MOAC. Because, you know, well, and really Aaron Eckert at Ontario. So, I mean, Ontario's opened with Clear Fork and now Galleon tonight. And Galleon has opened with Shelby and Ontario. So basically, you know, 3 out of the 4 top teams in the MOAC, you know, 2 of them have already played each other in their first 2 games. So, you know, but yeah, so I, you know, and I know both coaches well, so it's a tough one for me. I'm not cheering for anybody on that one.
Donnie Fortner lets it go through his hands. This is going to go through the back of the end zone, and it will be a touchback.
Well, you know, again, they're awful solid on special teams as well.
Yep, Joseph Zizzo, you heard, you know, Payne DeGray in our post-game interview last week, Tim. He mentioned everybody but himself.
Right.
And Joseph Zizzo was one of those names that he, you know, obviously loves his teammates. But, yeah, I mean, he kicked a 38-yard field goal last week.
Right.
And ultimately, that was the difference maker. So Buckeye Central, first possession of the game, 11:56 left here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Phillips drops back, steps up, slips out of a couple tackles, lobs it over the middle, and throws it over the head of his brother Alec. Incomplete.
Well, a huge incompletion, to be honest. You know, and again, we talked about Phillips's athletic ability, and that he showed it, because it sure looked like it was going to be a sack on the first play, but he was able to get out of the grasp of a couple guys and at least throw the ball over the head of his brother for an incompletion and live for another down.
You know, offensive line is critical, and Buckeye Central down a little bit at that position here tonight. Phillips goes to the left, cuts back to the right.
A lot of room.
A little bit of space to run. He's going to get the first down and then scamper out of bounds just past the first down marker. right around the 31-yard line. So a nice run there from Jack Phillips, and he picks up the first down here of the night.
Well, they had trips, into the boundary to the left, and the back was strong left, and so he rolled to the left. Didn't see anybody right away other than a few white shirts, so he took off, and there was nobody on the other side of the field. So 11-yard gain and first down.
So 1st and 10 from their own 31. Quads to the left. They'll send in motion Austin Bogner, and he takes it right up the middle here on the sweep. He'll be pushed back as he gets to the 34.
Number 10, Austin Bogner.
But, a solid 3-yard pickup there for Bogner. And
Dom Dean.
that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 as the former Buckeye Central defensive linebacker Dominic Dean takes him down.
I was just going to say, he got tackled by one of his former classmates.
So 2nd and 7 from the 34. They're looking to the left for the screen. It's not there. Now he'll roll up. Pressure coming from the backside. He still continues to roll. Steps up to the 30. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage before he's shoved out of bounds there by number 21, Connor McMichael, the senior, coming up to shove him out of bounds.
Yeah, Phillips had showed good speed. It looked like that Payne DeGray was going to be able to get a sack there, but Phillips was able to get outside of him and get the ball back to the line of scrimmage at least.
That's big here for Buckeye. They got that first down, so they're going to take up a little bit more clock than they originally would have here. They're going to slow it up and let the play clock get under 10 here, but the legs of Jack Phillips. And, you hate to say this, but he's going to have to put a lot on his shoulders here tonight if he wants to keep Buckeye Central in the game. He'll throw a strike, caught at the 40-yard line and diving towards the 40. Was Alec Phillips as he circled back from the 38 and dove forward. He's going to be about a yard shy here, Tim, of a first down. It's going to bring up 4th and 1. So an interesting decision, but if it's me, Tim, what do you have to lose? I think you go for it.
I think that's what they're going to do. It sure looks like, and you're right. They're a big underdog here, even though they come in tied for the league lead. But so it's probably even a short, a short yard, I guess, maybe a little less than a yard, but so they're going to go for it, and I would expect with an empty backfield, Phillips is going to just run the ball somewhere.
Nope, they're going to throw it out wide. It's Alec, makes the catch, turns it up, picks up the first down to the 45. And Alec Phillips picks up the first down, much like his brother did earlier. 2 first downs on the drive here for the Bucks.
Well, as you watch the replay on the OH report, they may have gotten away with a motion penalty. It looked like they may have gotten off to an early start.
Well, it provides critical.
But ran a nice screen play, ran
nice
the screen.
Nice block out wide there by Donnie Fortner as well to release him.
Absolutely.
That was a great misdirection.
9:23 left here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. They'll feed it to Bogner, and he's stuffed. There's Payne, wrapping him up, throwing him down. This will be a loss of 1. Dom Dean in there to clean it up as well. But there's your guy, Tim, our spotlight. Payne DeGray.
Another tackle for a loss.
Our athletes have dedicated.
Leads the league in tackles for loss, does Payne.
Veterans. I will have a bunch of names for you as we go.
At 16, he's got 24 total tackles on the season, 14 of those solo, Tim. So
and what's he got, 6 sacks or something like that?
4.5 sacks.
4.5 sacks. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yep, and he's got a forced fumble to add to his resume. He's lined up on the left side of the line. Phillips, they're going to double team him that time. He throws it out wide in the flat. It's caught by Alec up over the 50-yard line to the 49. So a solid gain here on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and about 3 or 4 yards here. We'll say 3rd and 3. From the 48 is where they're going to mark him out. And Tim, I think they're going to have to put the ball in the air quite a bit.
Well, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I don't think they can run the football other than, Phillips might be able to do it with as he rolls out and does some things. They are susceptible to misdirection stuff, so in the running game. So that's what you got to try to do.
Bogner will be in as an extra blocker. He throws it again, throws a strike and another first down to Alec Phillips once again. And he's wrapped up right at the first down marker, but he again stretches out, gets the first down to the 44, and Buckeye Central another first down here on this drive.
Well, after his first incompletion for the first pass he threw, and now he's completed 4 in a row, all to his brother. And they're just running quick stuff. You know, they again, because of the rush of Crawford, I don't think they are going to be able to throw the ball deep. But, you know, they can keep hitting those hitches and hooks, and they should be all right.
They bring 3. Now the blitz comes late from Connor McMichael, and Phillips just throws it out of bounds as it's thrown away, intended for Hunter Caudill. But, you know, you live to play another down there and not take a sack.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with an incomplete pass. I constantly talk to quarterbacks about that. You know, and we used to practice it. I mean, we go 11 on 11. It'd be, I want you to throw the ball away this time. I don't care if the guy's open or not. Throw it away. And make sure it's past the line of scrimmage, all the rules. But just want you to hold a little bit, whether you scramble, whatever you do, but throw the ball away.
And what's been huge so far here for Buckeye is they've almost taken up 4 minutes of clock here. Payne comes through the left side. Jack steps up, fakes the pass, and then scampers out of bounds. He tiptoes down that sideline, and it looks like they're going to mark him out around the 39. So another solid gain there, a 5-yard pickup there for Jack Phillips to run up 3rd and 5 from the 39.
Yeah, it looked like he's only going to gain a couple, and then he slipped out of a tackle and got up the sideline and brings up now a very doable 3rd and 5. Plus, you know, they're in 4-down territory for sure.
Yep, so, you know, you basically have 2 plays here to get the first down with 3rd and 5 from the Crawford 39. Phillips set up in the gun with Bogner to his right. Drops back, standing at the 48, sidearms it out to Fortner out in the flat on the right side and overthrows him. Really didn't set his feet there, Tim, kind of sidearmed it.
Well, that's because number 78 was in his face and hitting him in the chest with a little shiver. And so at 3rd and 5, this is 4th and 5, this is a whole different thing. I mean, you're across the 40, but this is quite a decision. I mean, you might as well go for it, but if you don't get it, Crawford's got pretty good field position.
Well, they went for it basically on their own 35, so.
Right. That was only a yard to go.
This one's 4th and 5.
They went outside. Payne DeGray just went off. They just got Payne DeGray to jump. It's going to be close to a first down.
We'll see the exact mark here. And
they're moving. I think
they're moving the chains,
sticks.
and they will pick up their 4th first down here. Well, now hold it up.
Hey, man.
Yep. Results in a Buckeye Central first down.
Maybe.
Yep, they will.
All right, finally they're moving.
I think everybody was confused there for a second.
Are they going to move the sticks or not?
So 1st and 10 from the 34 now for Buckeye. And, you know, that's,
well, the
Payne's
biggest,
a veteran.
Yeah.
And he jumps there.
Well, you know, there's a reason he gets a lot of tackles for loss is because he takes, you know, he tries to guess the snap.
And Bogner this time finds a seam up the left hash, crosses over to 30, gets to the 7-yard line. His biggest run here tonight. He's only had a couple of chances, but this time it's now 2nd
about
and
4. About a 6-yard gain there.
7 minutes and 35
that's
seconds.
What I was just going to say. Most importantly, they've almost used 5 minutes of the clock now.
Yep. And, you know, they may not be wearing down Crawford defensively, but they're giving their defense a chance to reset because, like you said, Tim, they're going to play both ways all night. It's a little hot out tonight compared to what it has been so far this year.
Oh, no doubt.
The clock ticks down to 2 seconds. They barely get it off, but Phillips rolls out to the right. Pressure coming. Throws on the run. Parker Weisman steps in front and almost picks it off as he knocks it out of bounds. He got one hand, his left hand on it, but unable to corral it was Parker Weisman. But a risky pass intended for Donnie Fortner, but they live to play another down as well.
Yeah.
3rd and 3.
But that's what I mean about even practice and throwing it away. I'm not sure he was trying to complete the pass, but he, Weisman was tiptoeing on the sideline, and maybe, it was close to being able to get picked off. So, even though he did throw it out of bounds.
Weithman, the athlete that he is,
he was able to make a little bit of a play on it, you know, if it's inbounds.
So 3rd and 3 from the 27-yard line. Bogner goes in motion. They feed it to him. He'll be shoved back. The initial hit was from Luke Christman. Payne DeGray comes in to clean it up again.
Most of the defensive line by Crawford.
So no gain on the play. That'll bring up 4th
and short.
and 3. So again, we'll see what the call is here from head coach Jordan Phillips, but obviously they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to throw it, and you know, all the quick stuff has been effective. Now Crawford's sneaking their defensive backs, but there's a couple guys over there to the right in the slot that could be getting it to him. No, he's going to take off.
Run. Does he get through the tackles?
Yes, he does.
He gets forward. Does he have enough is the question.
Does.
And he does.
I think he does.
He got just enough to the 24. As you can see the replay here, it was John DeGray waiting for him, but he did get enough as his back hit the grass. And a 1st and 10. 5 first downs already here for Buckeye on the first drive. And again, Tim, the clock under 6 minutes now in the first quarter.
Through halfway through the first quarter.
I mean, they're getting to a point where they may take up the entirety of this first quarter with the football.
Boy, and you know, that is exactly as Coach Phillips drew it up and talked about all week in practice. I'm sure now they're going, oh, man.
Oh, this might be a fumble. It slips out of his hands. It's on the ground.
I think he got it.
Are they going to say it was a forward pass? It looked like it slipped out of his hands. The ball is spotted back at the 43-yard line.
But they can't call it that. Well, they can't call it an incomplete pass because the ball never went forward.
Yep. Phillips recovered.
So it went backwards. Luckily, Phillips recovered it, but it's like a 20-some yard loss or something, isn't it?
5, 10, 15, almost 20.
Yeah.
So it's 2nd down and 20. So now you're off schedule, Tim. And now you're going to have to throw a little bit deeper routes than what they have been. But that ball, like you said, it just slipped. It went backwards. So it doesn't matter if it was a pass or not. And now they got some making up to do here.
Yeah.
Phillips steps back, pressure coming. He steps up, rolls to the right, on the run, throws it again, out of bounds. So now it's 3rd down and 20.
No, 39.
From the
it's 3rd down at 39.
39.
Yeah, they're on a 43-yard line. They got to get to the 14.
Yep.
So yeah, that you know, that's too bad because it was a great drive, and if they don't gain significant yards here, I'm assuming they're going to punt.
Is this a situation, Tim, here where you just say, hey, Jack, just throw it towards the end zone, just chuck it up, run 4 verts, and it's as good as a punt?
Well, the big thing, the big thing's going to be, does he have enough time to get them down the field?
They're going to break 4.
And they're in motion.
And there is early motion here.
Well, the guy tried to step backwards, you'll see here. He tries to step backwards, but he wasn't set for a full second, so it's a 5-yard penalty.
So push it all the way back to the 48.
I mean, honestly, he wasn't moving towards the play.
And now, I mean, again, Tim, I think it's the same thing. If you get time, unless Crawford brings some linebackers, it looks like they may bring 3. We'll see. But if he has enough time, does he step up? But it doesn't matter anyway because he's got guys in his face already. And then he just chucks it towards the ground in the direction of Donnie Fortner.
4th down.
And it's 4th down. And now, Tim, you got to punt.
Yeah, now you got to punt. You're back on the 48-yard line.
So 4th and 5 miles here for Buckeye, and set the punt from the Crawford 48-yard line.
Yeah, so it's 4th and 35.
You do the math quicker than I do. But 4:42 left here in the first quarter. They will punt, end over end. It's shallow, but it takes a nice Buckeye bounce inside the 15. And it will roll to the 11 before it's downed by Buckeye. But a nice drive, stalled by the fumbled pass. put them in a tough position, and now let's see how the defense goes.
You know, I know they didn't score, but they did use 7.5 minutes on the clock. And so the big thing here is going to be don't give up a big play. You know, don't let Weithman get deep and, you know, he gets hit for a 70, you know, 80, 70, you know, after a couple plays, whatever, and just get one of those long touchdown plays that he's gotten all year.
So it'll be Peyton Baker along with Connor McMichael to his left. They'll stack up Weithman here on the right side. He'll go in motion. Baker feeds it off here to McMichael. Gets across the 15, zigzags his way down the sideline to the 30 before he is knocked out by Louis Reichlin. But a first down there for Crawford.
Pushed out of bounds, number 14. Madden All.
So they open up with an 18-yard gain. Good run by McMichael. He was able to elude a couple guys, broke a couple tackles, and gets a first down for Colonel Crawford on the first offensive play for them.
Trips to the left. Again, it's McMichael. No. Baker pulls it out, gets over to 30, gets to the 35, and then plows his way ahead to the 38. He took on the defenders nicely there. He took Bogner to the ground along with Colin Perry, but Baker took the brunt of that hit, but moved it forward. 9-yard pickup there for Baker.
You know, Baker did a good job last week. He ran the ball a few more times than we were used to seeing in previous games. And, you know, obviously it looks like he's decided he can run the football, and Coach Bruner's bought into it because that was an outstanding run. Just ran over one guy.
So ball on the 38-yard line. Baker to throw this time. Out in the flat. It's caught by Weithman. Jukes the defender to the 40. Now works his way to the 45. Up the sideline. Across midfield. Jukes it back inside. Cuts it back outside. Across the 35-yard line goes Parker Weithman. And there's the star-studded wide receiver here for Colonel Crawford. The junior Parker Weithman.
When you talk about some quick feet, he stepped out of his, see on the OH report, he stepped out of like 4 tackles where guys were right in front of him, ready to get their head in the middle, and he just jumped from one side to the other, and they can't tackle him.
They'll toss it. Sweeping is Thu. Rowan Thu down the sideline, and he will just walk in. And there is a flag at the 17-yard line. Untouched went Rowan Thu. But like you said, it looks like it's going to be coming back. So we watched the replay here. It came late. And, yeah, you can see the grab there from John DeGray. Probably didn't need to do it, Tim.
No way he had to do it.
And that reverse touchdown.
So he got downfield, so it'll still be 1st and 5 here as it pushes it back from the spot, 10 yards. So 1st down and 5 here from the 27-yard line for Crawford. It's McMichael. McMichael sidesteps, but he's tripped up right around the line of scrimmage. And it was Owen Hatton in there, the linebacker, to step up and trip up McMichael. That's a hard thing to do. Bring him down, not for a loss, but right at the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a half a yard. But 2nd down and 5. 2:10 left here in the first quarter.
You know, the same thing we said a few times with Buckeye, you know, but they got multiple downs to get this because they're going to go for it on 4th down if they need to, but they're not going to have to
worry about that. Thu gets over the 1st down marker, gets across the 15 before he's chopped down.
Huge hole they opened up. The offensive line doing a great job once again for Colonel Crawford and getting him their 3rd first down.
Jack Phillips stepped up out of a safety spot to make the tackle. And it's 1st and 10 in the red zone is Crawford with 1:40 left here, opening quarter. Still no score here from New Washington. Baker's going to go under center here. And it'll be McMichael on the give. McMichael
make it in.
Speeds forward. McMichael again into the end zone.
Results in a Colonel Crawford touchdown.
For the first time tonight, Connor McMichael finds 6 points here for Crawford on a 14-yard run, and boy, he made that one look easy.
Yeah, they just got in their wing tee offense and ran what they call the counter sweep, and huge hole. He ran through a couple tackles and into the end zone. But still, Buckeyes got to feel good about this when all is said and done. There's a minute 27 left on the clock in the first quarter, and they had an opportunity to score already. And other than that big loss they took when the ball slipped out of Phillips' hand, and so they're all right.
And we said, and we put it, pretty bluntly there in the pregame that they would have to play a perfect game, Tim. And, that drive was perfect up until that point.
Sure was.
But we talk about it. One of our keys was no mistakes. That's a mistake. And,
right.
It definitely made them pay. And the extra point is up and good for Zizzo. 7-0 Colonel Crawford on top. Only 1:27 left here in the first quarter. You listen to high school football here on WBCO and watching on the OH Report.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Back here on WBCO and the OH Report. 7-0 Colonel Crawford with the lead. 1:27 left here in the first quarter. Connor McMichael, a 14-yard touchdown run to give Crawford that 7-point advantage. And we'll see Buckeye Central's offense once again, Tim. And you mentioned, they put some yards up in that first drive, took up a lot of clock, but Colonel Crawford defensively prevailed. But now we're going to see them out there for the second time. And how does Crawford adjust this time?
Well, they might put more guys in the box, but they're also going to have to. They're going to have to dare.
Is this a chance to run a screen if you're Buckeye?
I think they're going to have to dare Buckeye to throw the ball deep. So I think, whatever they call it now, squat your corners, but play press coverage, whatever it is, they're going to have to get up in these guys' face and not let them throw all those quick passes, especially Alec Phillips.
So 7-0 to score. 1st and 10 here for Buckeye. Pressure coming from the backside. Phillips steps up. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it. Brought down by a host of Crawford defenders.
Brought down by number 21.
Connor McMichael, the first one to touch him and bring him down out of his linebacker spot. So 2nd down and 10.
Well, and that's exactly, though, what they tried to do. They hooked up. They all ran hooks at about 8 or 9 yards. But, again, the pressure that Crawford's putting on him is he's not getting a whole lot of time to get rid of the ball.
So under a minute now left here, first quarter. 50 seconds precisely. As Bogner lined up to the right here of Phillips in the gun. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Looking towards the right. Now pressure coming. More pressure as he flips it out incomplete as he scrambles towards the left. Christman, the initial guy to get close to Phillips, and he just had to shove that one out of bounds once again.
Yeah, he just, made a good play, made sure the ball got past the line of scrimmage, so it's just an incomplete pass. So, but it brings up 3rd and 10, and this is not what Buckeye wanted. Because now if, this is one of those downs where now they can choose to really put a lot of pressure on Phillips and do all they can to try to keep him in the pocket. They got to tell those defensive ends or the outside linebackers to make sure they contain him so he can't get outside.
3rd and 10 from the 20. again, Phillips pressured, rolls to the right, throws it on the run, incomplete, and
could have called maybe interference, but
look here, Tyler Rhodes, the intended receiver.
He may got a hand on him, but nothing serious. It was nothing big.
On the coverage for Crawford was Jacob Cochran, and over and up 4th down and a 3 and out here for Buckeye with 29 seconds left.
Well, that's 7 straight.
Much shorter.
Yeah, well, 7 straight incomplete passes. So it's been, he completed his first one, or incomplete on the first throw, completed 4 in a row. Now he's throwing 7 in a row, incomplete. And most of it's been not a lot of guys open, but also pressure.
High punt. Weithman calls for the fair catch. They'll be in Buckeye territory at the 47. And now we'll see Crawford's offense for the second time. And we'll see if Peyton Baker comes back out here, or will it be Braden Holt at quarterback with 23 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and Crawford leading 7-0. And it does look indeed like Baker will come back out.
Dylan Heiner would like to thank Donald Heiner.
So Baker's completed his only pass for 24 yards. Of course, it was a screen pass to Weithman, but we'll see if Crawford can strike quickly once again.
He'll be in the gun with Thu to his right.
He's open
Steps
deep.
Up deep. Weithman again leaps, catch at the 10. Parker Weithman.
Baker's pass is complete to number 1, Parker Weithman.
At any point in the game, at any time, you throw it up to number 1.
10-yard line, first and 10.
And you know he's going to make the catch. And indeed he does. And he gets Crawford in the red zone once again. With 5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, it looks like they're going to run the clock out to end the first. But
you got to do the opposite on him that we were talking about, go press coverage. You got to, if you're going to go any kind of close coverage, you got to have another guy behind him. So
he definitely got behind the defense.
Because he
made him pay.
At about the 12-yard mark, he was already past the defense.
All right, we've passed through the first quarter, 7-0, Crawford on top. They'll have the ball first and goal when we come back.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
Dean gets the touchdown.
And number 5.
First play of the second quarter. 6 seconds in. You'll see the replay. Dom Dean just glides in untouched.
Well, it's the same play McMichael scored on the first time. They got in the wing tee and handed it off, and he had a lead blocker in front of him, and it was pretty much untouched.
Dom Dean with his first touchdown of the year. Joseph Zizzo to kick the PAT, and once again, nails for Joseph Zizzo. So 11:54 left here in the second quarter. We'll take a timeout here on WBCO and the OH Report.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local trained comfort specialist.
Grooming facility. 61.
Zizzo set to kick off here for Colonel Crawford. 11:54 left in the first half. They lead at 14-0. McMichael and Dean both with touchdown runs here. A 14-yard variety there for Connor McMichael. 9-yard touchdown run, the first of the year for Dom Dean. Short kick. It's squibbed. Fielded by Perry. He works his way to the right side of the 22, and he'll be dropped there.
Good coverage by Crawford. And
so the third time we've seen Buckeyes offense. You mentioned it, Tim. 7 straight incompletions. They can't get the running game going either. Crawford's starting to bring a little bit of pressure as well. How do they adapt?
Well, you just got to try to get the ball out quick enough, and hopefully they can get somebody open. Right now, that last series, he didn't have a lot of guys open, and, I mean, so you got to throw some screens and do some stuff, maybe slow down the rush a little bit.
So 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line here for Buckeye. They trail it 14-0. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Phillips to throw, sidearms it. And a nice quick out route here to Alec Phillips. It's caught right around the 24. He'll run out of bounds, and a gain of 3 there for the Bucks. 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7, Buckeye Central.
Like you said, Tim, I mean, you got to get it out quick, and they certainly did there. Maybe try to pick up at least 4 yards, but.
Well, they threw it into the boundary, so Phillips didn't have a lot of room after he caught it, Alec, and it's only a 3-yard gain.
This time they'll go quads to the left. Phillips, plenty of time this time. Runs up to the 20, and then, oh my, almost threw it straight into the hands of Van Wintersteller. But it was thrown out of bounds, and then now they're going to throw a flag. But nobody was there, Tim.
So it might be, is he calling what was he calling? Is he calling a sideline warning?
Intentional grounding.
No, he's calling intentional grounding.
Not simply just because he didn't throw it to anybody, right?
Yeah, and I guess they said he was still in the pocket.
That is a loss of down.
I guess that just seems a little confusing to me because he got it past the line of scrimmage.
Of course. But they haven't moved it yet.
Can you? Yeah, can you run a replay? Nope. Oh, Jory, you've been perfect so far.
3rd and long.
She says, I ran it once. What else do you want me to do? 3rd and 12 here for Buckeye from their own 18. Phillips, pressure. You know, I'm going to continue saying that.
He's going down.
He slips through one, but he's not going to get through the second.
Phillips is sacked.
And it was Gardner Rittenauer to clean it up.
They brought down by number 78.
That's a big one.
Avery Powers in there as well, along with Trey Skaggs. So
Results in 4th and very, very long.
4th and forever. They'll have the ball back at the 4. That's, I mean, really, he didn't have any time, Tim, to even throw it out of bounds. So Hunter Caudill back to punt. Gets it away. It's a low line drive. This will be fielded by Rowan through. He drops it, but he will pick it up at the 26. As he looked to take that one forward, and you know, probably the smart thing to do would have been to just let it go since you're already going to have the ball inside the 30-yard line.
Well, it's so hard to pick it up. You know, he came flying up thinking maybe he was going to get a nice hop, and he didn't. You know, it was laying on the ground by the time he got. If it's laying on the ground and you're trying to pick it up on the run, your probably best decision would have been to just let it go and run past it. But, you know, short field now again for Crawford, and not what Buckeye wants right now, because Crawford, the first 2 times they've had the ball, have scored easily.
They'll have it 1st and 10 from the Buckeye 26-yard line. McMichael again, and he'll cut it all the way back. Inside the 15, bounces it outside, and he can just jog into the end zone.
No, I don't know what that flag is for. There's a flag. They're calling holding on Crawford. And it had nothing to do with the play, and came from the back guy again. Let me take a good look.
We'll see the replay this time.
I don't know who he called. I think he's calling it. Yeah,
Thu maybe.
Yeah, they must be calling it on Thu. Yeah.
Didn't need to happen again, but it does. So with the spot foul, and Bruner's out there to talk to the official and say, look, did it really have an effect on the play? Why throw it? You know, a flag's a flag, I guess, but it's going to be 1st and 1. Still have the ball inside the 20 from the 17-yard line.
Buckeye's going to get a timeout.
Buckeye's going to take a timeout. Let's go ahead and take one as well. 10:34 left here in the first half. 14-0 Crawford on top. We'll be right back.
This is Matt Ramsey.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce.
Proud of you.
That is Schiefer.
You're live.
Over 70 years.
Back here on WBCO and the OH Report, Jared Moore alongside Tim Birie. Colonel Crawford leading 14-0. 10:34 left here in the first quarter. As our first timeout, and coming out of that, 1st and 1 here for Crawford from the Buckeye 17-yard line.
Well, now it looks like if, you know, Buckeye's going to have any chance, they're going to have to score, because their defense is not doing anything to slow down Colonel Crawford. I don't know what the problem is.
Buckeye Central, maybe get rid of a timeout. Oh, yeah, timeout. We did mark it.
Boy, that's interesting. You hardly ever see the officials say mark a timeout.
I don't have any idea why they're worrying about it.
Because half the time it's wrong anyway.
Right.
2 timeouts for Buckeye.
It's like, who cares? Coach knows how many timeouts
They
he's got
never,
left.
ever do that. Well, let's see if McMichael can do it again.
He did.
And he does. Indeed, Connor McMichael from 17 yards out, almost untouched. And again, Crawford now on top, 20-0. And Connor McMichael with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
They're getting ready to line up. Got a few scores. Shelby's up 21-0 on Highland. Sandusky Perkins up 17-0 on Bellevue. And Clear Fork is beating Pleasant 14-0. All those are in the second quarter.
Our game in the second quarter here with Crawford leading 20-0. Zizzo to kick the extra point to make it 21-0, and he indeed does. 10:28 left here in the first half. It's Crawford 21, Buckeye Central nothing. You're listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's Game of the Week here on 107.5 WBCO and watching on the OH Report.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Compare home
You're live.
I shouldn't have said that.
Back here on WBCO in the OH Report, Jared Moore, Tim Birie. 10:28 left here, second quarter. Colonel Crawford leading 21-0. Joseph Zizzo's kick angled towards the right side and coming up the field. Here is Hunter Caudill. Works his way up the middle of the field, gets to the 25 before he's shoved down by a host of Eagles there. Cochran along with Carson Rader and Madden Tesso as well.
First and 10.
So first and 10 for Buckeye, and you know, Tim, they haven't been able to score. They had an impressive first drive before it was upended by the fumble, but outside of that, they're going to have to do something offensively.
Yeah, they're going to have to move the ball here, and because on top of everything else, you know, their kicking game, their punting game is they're not punting the ball really deep. So if they get a 3 and out, you know, Crawford's going to end up a good field position again.
He's been there forever. Very much so. He's got a certain way of doing things. That's the thing. He knows more than
Bogner goes in motion. They'll fake the sweep, throw it out wide. It's Caudill. Cuts up at the 25, and he's knocked down right there. And the tackle made by Tyler Lash right at the line of scrimmage, second down and 10.
We've definitely earned that recently. Results in no gain, second and 10. Buckeye Central. Oh, man. It's beautiful now. It's beautiful.
So under 10 minutes to play here, first half, 9:50 and counting.
It's going to happen. I think at the end we got something
Here from Buckeye Central, where Crawford leads it 21-0.
relative.
And they'll hand it off, but again, just nowhere to go. Bogner that time gets a couple of yards. Looks like Tesso again there on the tackle. And, and here's the thing for Crawford. They're bringing in, fresh defensive linemen every time.
Yeah, they just brought in, they just did a little hockey sub. So there's a line change, literally. And, and that's what's certainly hurting Buckeye Central is, they got a lot of linemen going both ways. And Crawford keeps throwing in fresh bodies.
Third down and 8 here for Buckeye. Bogner goes in motion to the right side. Phillips to throw. Throws it out in the flat. It's caught. I think it was Alec Phillips. There is a flag. They're going to have a hold here on the far side. It was Alec Phillips with a catch. Gets to the 30, but again, a hold. We'll see if Crawford
They may not take it.
I would assume they would decline. It's going to be a fourth down.
Because it's going to be fourth and about 4 or 5. He's going to take it. It's like they're, hang on.
They are declining.
Well, you got to move the ball up. You got to move the ball up.
I'd say they're marking it at 3rd and 8. That's the original
That's
spot.
the original line of scrimmage. He caught the pass. He caught the pass and got tackled. He gained like 3 yards. So you got to move the ball up.
Yeah, now they do. They still don't give him the spot. It's at the 29, but, nevertheless, 4th down and 6 now.
Goodness gracious.
A big Caudill to punt again. Standing at his own 17. Little high snap. This is going to be trouble. We'll see if the athlete can get out wide.
No,
he can.
he
He's
cannot.
tackled back at the 26-yard line. So the botch snap. And now Crawford once again lined up in perfect and prime position here to score once again, already leading 21-0. And Tim, I just noticed this is that Braden Holt will not play tonight because he does not have pads on at all.
Oh, so they decided to hold him out. Well, he had off-season shoulder surgery, and he's been trying to suck it up and play, and it's a hard thing. I mean, the bottom line is when his high school football career ends, his football career ends. But he's going to be a college basketball player somewhere.
Pass intended for Weithman, or excuse me, that Rowan through. He
was
had a
open.
nice, yeah.
He was open.
Kind of
He
did the stutter, stop and go. Pulled the defensive back in that time, and he was open, but Baker throws it over the top, incomplete. So 2nd down and 10 from the 26. With 8:19 left here in the first half. Crawford leading 21-0 here over Buckeye Central. They're going to send John DeGray and Parker Weithman wide to the left. And it's McMichael staying patient, but stays patient too long, and he's cut down right at the line of scrimmage. Madden Alden there on the tackle. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 10.
For a gain of nothing. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, good job by the Buckeye Central defense here. You know, you just got a lot of hats to what they have to do is get a lot of hats to the ball carrier. In that case, Connor McMichael, and they did just that and held him to no gain.
Baker to throw, spins to the right, steps up, and he's grabbed, but he throws it out wide and incomplete. Pressure coming, altered the throw there for Peyton Baker.
Yeah, the young man was able to, I think, number 52.
Yep, it was. Chance Holly.
You know, Chance was able to get his hand on his sleeve of his jersey, and Baker was strong enough to get the pass off for an incompletion, but wasn't near anybody.
So 4th and 10. It looks like they're going to go for it here from the 26.
What's a possible screen here?
Baker steps up, rolls to the right, throws it deep, and intercepted inside the 5 by Colin Perry. Probably should have dropped it. But nevertheless, they get the stop.
Well, it was 4th down. So at least he threw it down the field. So now Buckeye doesn't have very good field goal or field position, but
so
hurts your stats a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah, perks up his interception, but yeah, like you said, hurts Baker's stats, but nevertheless, I mean, probably a little out of Zizzo's range with over a 40-yard field goal there. So Buckeye's going to have it 1st and 10 inside the 5. 21-0. Colonel Crawford leading here. 7.5 left in the 2nd quarter. Phillips steps up. He's going to run. He's got a little bit of room and then slips through the first tackle, dives forward over the 10. Gets to the 11, and I bring up 2nd down and 4.
That might not have been right.
So nice scamper there from Phillips.
Yeah, he did a good job of, again, slipping out of a tackle and falling forward. So they're in pretty good shape here at 2nd and 4, which would be important to get a 1st down to at least get down the field and get out of the shadow of the goal line.
Bogner, this time he finds a little bit of a seam. He spun forward to the 15, and I think he got the 1st down, and he did. So right at the 15, they needed 3, or they needed 4. They got 5. And another 1st down for Buckeye. Their first since that first drive.
Yeah. They do have 6 1st downs.
First and 10, Buckeye Central.
They're going to send trips to the right here, does Buckeye. Phillips in the shotgun. Gives it off. This is Bogner. Spun down, maybe a half a yard pickup there. And he dives forward, and he does indeed get a couple more yards to pick up 3 and bring up 2nd down and 7. And now Rowan Thu is down here for Crawford.
Boy, they've had enough injuries this year. They don't need another one.
He's holding his knee. And he's not feeling good, and it looked like he got tangled up there by a defensive lineman right at the legs.
That happens a lot, you know, when guys do get injured. It's A lot of times it's friendly fire, and it's just, you know, you're in a pile and upright still, and someone falls into your legs.
Yeah, kind of almost. Yeah, you don't want to speculate, but hopefully he'll get up and be okay. And the trainers indeed do get him up.
Real quick, while we got a minute here or so. Man's getting off the field. We got a few more scores. Marion Harding is beating River Valley 13-7. Woodmore is leading Willard 27-12. Lex is beating Worcester 28-0. And Galleon leads Ontario 7-0.
Close game there.
Yeah, well, it should be. They're very, I think. Ontario's got great size that Galleon does not have, but other than that, Galleon also has great speed. So, but a very good matchup, I think, in the MOAC tonight.
5:40 left here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 7 from the own 28-yard line here for Buckeye Central, trailing 21-0. Quads to the right here for Buckeye offensively. They'll send Bogner in motion. They'll give it to him, and he is dropped for a loss. Number 71, Caden Carpenter on the tackle. Looks like a loss of about a yard there.
Loss of maybe 2.
3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9. Okay, sir.
This game is really stalled here. But they're keeping Crawford's offense off the field. Bogner again in motion. Phillips steps up. Looking to throw, rolls out to the left, throws it, it slips up and it's intercepted.
Oh my goodness.
Running down the right sideline is Trace Skaggs and into the end zone. Trace Skaggs picks it off, takes it to the house.
Yeah, Phillips was just trying to throw it away and the ball got tipped. And unfortunately, it got tipped and went right to that young man. And
17 yards.
His season was just made as he is in the end zone for a touchdown. Guys with 50 numbers usually don't get a lot of touchdowns, so it is a career thrill right there. Congratulations.
Yep, Trace Skaggs. Finds the end zone on the pick 6 to make it 27-0. Joseph Zizzo set to kick the extra point. And you know, the kick is good, but that's also Skaggs. He hasn't even recorded a tackle this year, but he gets the pick 6. And Crawford up 28-0. We'll be back.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Thursday, we have hours. You're live.
Back here on WBCO and the OH Report, 4:35 left here in the opening half. Colonel Crawford out to a 28-0 lead. And, you know, outside of that first drive, Tim, everything's been working for Crawford. I should say outside of the first drive defensively.
Right.
Fielded at the 20 and really jumbled up here. was Buckeye on the kick return. It was Hunter Caudill on the return, and he comes up.
Well, the last defensive possession for Buckeye Central, they were fine. They stopped Crawford, and so they got a stop, but, you know, they're just having all kinds of trouble with the pressure that Crawford's front seven are putting on. And, you know, Phillips is running around a lot every time he drops back to throw it. And, you know, he's already tried to throw it 16 times. Well, I take it back. He's probably throwing it like 18 to 20 times because he has scrambled out several times, and it ended up rushing.
4:29 left here in the half, and it looks like Bogner finds a little bit of space here. May have gotten to the 25. Pick up about 4 yards there. 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 7, Buckeye Central.
Four minutes remain here in the half. As
well,
Buckeye
after that
gets set
first drive
offensively.
where they completed some passes and ran the ball pretty good, they now have a negative 1 yard rushing because of all the losses they've taken in these last few series.
They'll take another loss here as Bogner's pushed back.
And Bogner's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Brought down.
Loss
By number 75.
of 1 on the play.
Will Psalm.
3rd down and 8.
For a loss of 1. 3rd and 8, Buckeye.
Psalm's, I think it's Will Psalm. Is that 75's name? I can't see the roster very well.
Yep, Will Psalm.
Yeah, he's done a real nice job tonight of penetrating the Buckeye Central offensive line and making guys change direction often. That time he got the tackle.
Phillips again pressured, steps up and dropped.
Going down again.
And Jack Phillips is dropped by number 14 for a sack.
Avery Powers back there on the sack.
So the sophomore gets into the...
There's a flag on the far side.
There's a flag on the play.
It's going to be holding it here against Buckeye.
Again, I would imagine they will decline it and take the loss and
bring up 4th down.
Bring up 4th down.
That is declined.
3:04 left here in the half, or Crawford already leading 28-0.
Down, like I said.
And are we going to remember to mark the ball where the play ended?
Is that where it ended?
This time they will do that.
Back at the 17. Hunter Caudill back to punt. Here on 4th down, Caudill standing at his own 5-yard line. Much better punt this time, but it will be fielded.
That could be a problem.
By Weithman, and yep, indeed it is a problem. As Parker Weithman stepped up, and Parker Weithman steps into the end zone for a 50-yard touchdown return, Parker Weithman.
And he may now be leading the league in punt return average as well. That might move him from the 3rd spot to number 1.
And he got a big block at the end. Nope. He just shouldered up Hunter Caudill and went right into the end zone with a head full of steam.
Well, the discouraging part here is for Buckeye Central is that they've just got outscored 14-0 in the last couple minutes, and Crawford's offense hasn't been on the field.
Joseph Zizzo, kick is good. 35-0, Crawford on top. 2.5 to play here in the first half. You're listening to high school football here on WBCO and watching on the OH Report.
Lose weight.
I think Crawford's got 30.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain train heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local trained comfort specialist.
And I
Back here on WBCO and the OH Report, Jared Moore alongside Tim Birie. 35-0, Colonel Crawford with the lead. And the running clock.
I don't think it happens in the first half, does it?
It is happening. Yeah. I don't think it typically does, but if you don't say anything, I won't.
No, I'm.
Nobody heard that.
I've seen nothing. I hear nothing. Sergeant Schultz. Have you ever watched Hogan's Heroes? No?
No, I have not.
Yes.
But roll with it, Tim.
Old people would understand.
I'm not there yet.
Colin Perry.
Not all of us are retired.
Brought down Buckeye Central's 15-yard
So
line.
under 1.5 now left to play in the first half.
Hogan's Heroes was, by the way, one of the classic comedies on television ever.
You know, I took a pop culture class in college.
I can't believe they didn't mention Hogan's Heroes.
We may have. I remember Archie Bunker.
Well, Hogan's Heroes was before Archie, though.
Okay. Grandma used to watch MASH all
look at
the
this.
time. Yeah, this is a little trickery here. They are going to do
be
a
a
double
double
pass, maybe?
No.
Nope. Crawford not fooled at all.
Nah.
I wonder if he was supposed to throw that back there.
Now a penalty flag comes in.
7.
Did someone just throw a flag in there?
I think
For no apparent reason. I don't know. I didn't see anything. He's going over there to tell someone why he threw a flag. So I don't know. Maybe they lined up wrong because it was a trick play. They had several guys over to the side. No, he's going personal foul on Buckeye Central. I don't know what they did. I don't know what he saw.
That's going to be a personal foul on Buckeye Central.
It's going half the distance. Where are they at?
Well, meanwhile, the clock's still running.
Yeah, it's going to be
Coach Burkhart,
halftime.
I'd like to thank Kenny Lucius for his service. Thank you very much.
So the penalty didn't get marked off, so I don't know. I'm not writing it down. That's halftime.
It is what it is
Yeah.
at this point, Tim. And an impressive first half for Colonel Crawford as they have the commanding 35-0 lead. We'll also start the second half with a running clock as well. But outside of that first drive for Buckeye, Tim, it was all Colonel Crawford. Connor McMichael started it with a 14-yard touchdown run. Dom Dean would add one. McMichael would add another one. A pick six by Trey Skaggs and a touchdown punt return by Parker Weithman. So a little bit of everything in that first half for Colonel Crawford, leading 35-0. Stay tuned here on the OH Report for the band halftime shows, and then come back with us here on WBCO. We'll recap the first half, give some stats as well, and have the ONN halftime show. Once again, your score in halftime is Colonel Crawford 35, Buckeye Central nothing. You are listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's Game of the Week here on WBCO, along with watching on the OH Report.
This nation will remain.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
For 25 years, the team at Spreng Capital Management has helped you and your family through times of economic uncertainty. This experience and knowledge has helped us to guide you through numerous economic cycles, making us qualified to help you through the economic turmoil of today. When reviewing your own economic plan, let us help guide you along the right path. Call us at 419-563-0084. At Spreng Capital Management, we are here to be your financial partner.
You can do their courage.
In 1980, Ozzie blazed a solo path and said, "Bark at the moon, step aside for this anthem." your Colonel Crawford High School Marching Eagles ignite Ozzy's timeless spirit with a song that drives the night with unstoppable force. Here's Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 2025 Colonel Crawford Eagles Marching Band.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the field, your Buckeye Central Marching Show Band, under the direction of Mrs. Megan Heiler, assisted by Mr. David Bourne and Major Advisor Savannah Fennessy.
Being brought to you by Fire, Feed, and Supply. Fueling farms, igniting care.
Back here on WBCO and the OH Report. Get off your phone, Tim.
Yeah.
35-0 our score. Colonel Crawford at the half. Really not much to say, Tim, other than Colonel Crawford. And, you know, we've mentioned heavy pressure multiple times, but they've scored in a variety of ways, Tim. A couple of rushing touchdowns, interception return for a touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown. So they've really done it all here so far. Buckeye had a nice first drive. Upended by a fumble there, kinda. They had to punt it away on, 4th and 35 from the 48. So outside of that, it's just been nothing positive for Buckeye, and everything's been in.
Went the way that probably Crawford wanted it to go.
Yeah. Now they can.
The way a lot of people expected it to go. Now the clock's going to be running.
They can relax.
They can sub even more than they've been already. Keep getting guys healthy, and so yeah, they it's went exactly as they thought. And if the stats for the first half, it's been kind of weird because of the way Crawford has scored. They only got 4 first downs, and So Buckeye did win the battle of first down, 6-4, but they don't have a lot of yards. I mean, for 35 points. But again, you already mentioned they scored on a punt return and they scored on an interception return for a touchdown. So they got 21 offensive points, but they only have 62 passing yards on 2 for 5, and he did throw 1 interception, and then they have 87 rushing yards, and McMichael has led the way with 60 of those on just 6 carries, so he's averaging 10 yards a carry. But it's just been domination by Colonel Crawford, and so now it'll be like we've said, it'll be a running clock, and it'll be a lot of substitutions, and for both teams now, you just want to get out of it with no injuries. Crawford next week will have Bucyrus, a team that has struggled a little bit, much improved, but they're incredibly young. And so, for Coach Bruner, the rest of tonight and even in the Bucyrus game, probably it'll be, let's get healthy.
Yeah.
Let's get healthy before we get to whenever they have to play Seneca East and Cary. And then, for Buckeye Central, it's a matter of, just getting out of this one healthy and, on to next week. And they probably won't be playing someone like Colonel Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford will play Seneca East on October 3rd and Cary on October 10th.
So back-to-back.
Yeah, they have Buckeye and Bucyrus here these today, obviously, and next week. But tougher road. You talk about Shelby having a tough or Gallion having a tough road in the MOAC. Crawford has to go against Mohawk a week from tonight.
Well, apparently they ticked off the schedule. Well, then they have Cary.
Yeah, and then Seneca East.
And Seneca East. So let's play the 4 best teams in the league right in a row.
It makes you feel bad. Yeah, it makes you feel bad for them.
Yeah, that just makes things great. I mean, Cary is so deceiving because their non-league schedule is so tough.
Yeah.
So they come in at 1-3, but their 1 win is in the league.
Yep.
Because they lost all 3 of their non-league games. But
I mean, you see Crawford's schedule. They end their season, and you just look at here on the OH report. You look at the 1-3s on their schedule, and there's a lot of them, Tim.
Yeah.
And 3 of them were in non-league play. So
right.
And then they played Mohawk a week ago and beat them 24-21. But next week they face Bucyrus, and then they get into the thick of their schedule. Seneca East and Cary back-to-back, and then it kind of evens out at the end. So like you said, they can kind of relax. These next couple of weeks.
I wouldn't say relax as much as you just say, maybe tune it down a little less hitting at practice and some things, but
get guys healthy, right?
Yeah, but they got to get guys healthy, but the big thing is what they got to worry about is they're going to make the playoffs. You know, probably. You know, they win out, especially. They're going to make the playoffs. But either way, they're going to make the playoffs. But there's only 12. And so now what they got to worry about with all those 1-3s of their non-league games, those guys got to start winning some games, because that's where you get the most. That's where they're going to gain the most computer points. Are from those guys. You know, because you know. Either way, in the league, all you're going to do at best is any time in the league, you're going to get 4 wins. You know, you get the win of the team you beat, and then half of your opponents in the league have to win. But they got to get some more points, because I'm sure they would like to host 2 games. You know,
indeed.
Because depending on where you end up, I don't want to. I'm sure Coach Bruner will go crazy if he hears all the stuff I'm saying right now. But,
well, I'm telling him to relax for the next 2 weeks. So.
Yeah. But they got obviously a matchup at some point, probably in the playoffs with Grandview Heights. And Grandview Heights is undefeated. Grandview Heights is, got a lot of guys back from that team as well, just like Crawford does. And they're talking down the ground. I know for a fact, Grandview Heights down there, they're talking about winning the state championship. And so, it would be one of 2 things. If you got to play Grandview Heights in the second round, if they would somehow have to play them in the second round, which certainly they'd hope not to, they'd like it to be at home. And I think even the third round, you can still play at home now.
Well, you get the bye in the first round if you
finish
in the top 4.
Top 4, you get a bye.
So a week off would be huge for anybody.
Yeah.
As we have almost reached the end of halftime, but we'll step aside. And we'll come back with some halftime scores as well here on WBCO and the OH Report.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got 1 man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
For 25 years, the team at Spreng Capital Management has helped you and your family through times of economic uncertainty. This experience and knowledge has helped us to guide you through numerous economic cycles, making us qualified to help you through the economic turmoil of today. When reviewing your own economic plan, let us help guide you along the right path. Call us at 419-563-0084. At
Colonel Crawford leading 35-0 over Buckeye Central here. Getting ready to start the 3rd quarter. Cleveland Guardians baseball continues tomorrow with a day-night doubleheader in Minnesota against the Twins. The Guardians are in the hunt for a playoff spot next month after sweeping Detroit and the Motor City Kitties, but must continue to play good baseball to get in. We'll join the pregame for game number 1 tomorrow at 1:35 with the first pitch at 2:10 over on WQEL. Score updates. The Atlanta Braves lead the Detroit Tigers 6-1. They have played 7 up in Detroit. Cleveland leading the Twins 2-0. That game just underway. Cleveland starts the day 3.5 back from the Tigers in the AL Central. Tim, you got some halftime football scores for us as well.
I'm trying to get to them again.
Well, I gave the most important scores. So.
No, I got them. Well, maybe. Here we go. Come on.
Girls and boys golf teams will
Suddenly the internet's got very slow.
Right,
All right, here we go. I got it.
You got it.
Shelby is up in the third quarter, 34-0 on Highland. Sandusky Perkins is beating Bellevue 27-0. It is Clear Fork 21, Pleasant nothing at the half. Huron 13, Tiffin Columbian 0 at half. This can't be right. It says Galleon is beating Ontario 7-0, but they say it's in the fourth quarter. It cannot be possibly in the fourth quarter yet, I don't think. West Holmes 14,
do you have an update on that?
Nothing.
Do you have an update on that? Jory's going to get it for us.
Future N10 team, Hopewell Loudon at 12, Gibsonburg nothing. It is Woodmore 41, Willard 12. Mansfield Senior is up on New Philly 12-7, may be able to pick up a win finally. Ashland, one of the top teams in the area, is beating Dover 28-7 at the half. Marion Harding in the third quarter is up on River Valley 13-7. And Lexington 42, Worcester 0. And Upper Sandusky in the second quarter is up on Wintford 23-14. And my Freds are losing to Mount Gilead 28-7. So Mount Gilead's got a nice team.
Wow, yeah.
I think they're undefeated still. So is Fredericktown. I think they both came in at 4-0. And
interesting.
But yeah, Mount Gilead's playing very well this year.
Our score here, 35-0. Just set the kickoff here to start the second half. Clock already running. And a squib kick fielded here by Patrick Troiano for Colonel Crawford. I don't know if that was an onside kick or more of just a squib there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Still 7-0. But what quarter are they in?
It sure looked like I didn't see Parker Weithman back deep, so Crawford may have already begun the substitution process.
That Galleon Ontario game is in the third quarter.
There we go. Yeah, they knew it couldn't be possibly in the fourth quarter.
So that game is 7-0. Galleon leading Ontario. We'll see Galleon next week. They will play Highland. And Baker's going to chuck it deep down the middle of the field. A lot of coverage, a lot of hands, a lot of pushing and shoving. John LeGray, the intended receiver. So, you know, you see Peyton Baker out there. Well, and he's still got to get some reps as well because you mentioned the stats there, Tim. 2 of 5. He's only throwing 5 passes.
Right.
So it's not like he's been able to throw the football here tonight, and they still have some work to do too.
They just haven't been on offense much. I mean,
the time of possession.
They only ran 15 plays.
Yeah, the time of possession was clearly in the favor of Buckeye Central in that first half.
They'll pick up a first down on that. You know, the ball was underthrown a little bit, and DeGray was trying to come back, and the defensive back for Buckeye just kept pushing him so he couldn't come back for the ball, and you can't do that while the ball's in the air. But they have their starting offense on the field right now. They're probably going to give them one series here.
And it'll be a handoff here, and tripped up was Madden Tesso, the junior running back. Don't know if you have him on your sheet, Tim, but add him to it.
But I will. So, you know, they have some, I guess some starters we'll go with now because
just a mixture.
Their running back position is a position, though, where they're kind of beat up. Through, we saw, got hurt during this game. McMichael's got the sore elbow.
Tesso has not carried the ball, and we haven't seen, Powers really carry the ball here tonight.
And he hasn't carried the ball yet. That might be him right now.
And it is him right now, and he bowls his way to the 22. Avery Powers, right on cue. That's only his 10th carry on the year. He's averaging over 4.5 a carry.
Well, he's averaging a lot more than that now because he just gained 18 yards.
Only averaging 10 yards a game, so he's over that.
So
but he picked up that huge first down last week.
Yes, he did. He's only a sophomore, got good size, and just going to add to the stable, the long stable of running backs that Crawford's had over the years.
Been a big defensive key for Crawford this year. Tesso again, the carry gets through the first, and then he's spun down and upended here by Chance Hawley.
Handoff number 22, Van Tesso finally brought down by number 52, Chance Hawley.
Yeah, nice run by Tesso that time. Got it. Now he's into the positive yards.
So 8:20 left here in the third quarter, with Crawford leading 35-0.
No, I can't eat one doing this.
It'll be Powers off the left tackle, and he's brought down.
It's going to be close to the first down.
Probably right at the 11.
Run by Avery Powers.
And it is a first down.
Down by number 14, Madden Alt.
So Madden Alt in there on the tackle. Nice tackle there by Alt, but they will pick up the first down.
Already their third first down in this half. They
On
only had
pace
4
to
in the
hit a lot more
first half.
So 1st and 10. Baker hands it off. Avery Powers inside the 10, and he powers his way to the 6. Chance Howley on the tackle again.
Down by number 52, Chance Howley.
So the clock continues to run. It's now 2nd and 4. They can pick up a first down here without scoring a touchdown. They would basically have to get to the 1 to do that.
I think it looks like Crawford's just going to continue to run the ball now. And they threw one, opened up with a long pass, and I think that's probably going to shut down the passing game till the starters at least get out. There's the
Powers inside the 5, and then he sidesteps defenders into the end zone from 6 yards out. Avery Powers with his first touchdown on the night.
Ran the buck sweep, pulled a couple guards and got out in front of him. And Powers goes into the end zone for his first career touchdown.
Congratulations to Avery Powers. Just continues that long list, Tim, of running backs from Crawford to continue the tradition.
Absolutely. He's looks like he's going to be a good one, that's for sure.
Extra point, Zizza this time. Almost had it blocked, but he knocks it through.
Every now and then he kicks a low one.
42-0, Crawford on top. We'll come back here on WBCO and the OH Report.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Ohio.
Back here on WBCO and the OH Report. 5:10 left here in the third quarter. Colonel Crawford leading 42-0. Avery Powers with a 6-yard touchdown run. Five minutes remain and counting.
Get easier names.
Oh, you let it hit the ground.
Ooh, it barely gets into the end zone.
Yeah, lucky it got into the end zone.
You know, and that's something, you know, Buckeye hasn't really had a chance to work on because, you know, most of the teams that they've been playing haven't kicked it deep like Zizzo can.
Right.
Just what a weapon, you know. We talk about, you know, the difference making in field goals for Zizzo. but the difference making on his kickoffs turns it around too, because it just makes their defense that much better.
Sure. I mean, you know, you're starting on right around the 20 pretty much every time.
Coming up after tonight's game, we have our Spitzer Motors Game Changer and our McDonald's Players of the Game.
So it looks like he's giving the defense one series as well with this. He's got a sprinkling of starters in there.
Phillips to throw, looking to his left. Payne DeGray coming up. He'll get through that. Pressure still coming. Rolls out to the left. Lobs it up in the air. Incomplete, out of bounds. Intended for Alec Phillips.
Second 10.
You know, I just can't remember the last time he was able to just drop back, stand in the pocket, and make a pass. You know, a couple of those passes early on that first drive. But it seems like, Jared, every other pass that they've attempted since then, he's running somewhere and away from somebody to try to make the throw. It's been
consistent since that first drive. I mean, they really didn't bring a lot of pressure in that first drive, Tim, but since then the heat has been on for Phillips, and they haven't been able to do much offensively ever since. One-handed grab by Alec Phillips as he sidesteps out of bounds.
Well, DeGray got his
lost a couple of yards.
DeGray got his hand on the ball and tipped it, and so the ball was sputtering around, and Phillips made a really great catch, unfortunately for no gain.
2:35 left here, third quarter. 3rd and 10 here for Buckeye Central from their own 20-yard line, or actually much more than that, from their own 16-yard line. 3rd and about 14.
Oh, so they did move it back, so scoreboard's wrong.
Phillips steps up again, standing at the 15, rolls to the 20, runs, and he's grabbed and taken down. Gabe Stratton on the tackle. I think he had his jersey, Tim.
I think he had his jersey. That is not a horse collar.
You can watch it here. He grabbed his jersey, but, you know, nonetheless.
But you can't challenge it.
So it'll be a first down here for Buckeye. Continues to drive.
Buckeye Central first down. First.
I mean, you're allowed to grab a jersey and throw the guy down.
And he did. So under a minute and a half, though, left here, third quarter. You know, the whole thing with that, Tim, is it continues to drive, but also continues
the clock's still running, so it doesn't matter. And even if Buckeye scores, the clock is going to continue to run.
Phillips in a shotgun, trips to the right. One lone wide receiver wide to the left. That's Perry. Bogner gets the carry this time, and he's dragged down from behind as he gets to the 40-yard line.
And number 10, Austin Bogner, brought down by number 50, Walker Kramer.
They have Walker Kramer in there on the tackle, along with Tice Lyle.
We have an injury on the field.
Coached basketball with Tice's dad for 4 years at Crestline.
Oh, Naylor single to deep right. We're up 2-0, boys.
And
in the first, keep it up.
Injury timeout here. It's Colin Perry on the ground. A reminder to tune in to the Friday night phone board tonight. Do not forget to call in after your game tonight on the Friday night phone board with Davy Jones, 419-562-2222. Davy will be looking for all the scores from around the area for tonight's games. And as I mentioned, the Cleveland Guardians baseball continues tomorrow with a day-night doubleheader in Minnesota against the Twins. The Guards are in the hunt for the playoffs after sweeping Detroit. Doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch at 2:10. Pregame at 1:35 over on WQEL.
So after the Twins, I think we have Detroit again,
and then Rangers.
Yeah. So
if we win out, we're in, no question. That's the division.
Oh yeah, if we win out, but that's gonna be.
So under 35 seconds now. Second down and 6.
Yeah, let's see if they can continue this drive and get some points on the board.
Play clock down to 10 seconds. Game clock at 15. Phillips in the gun, trips to the right once again. Bogner takes it, sweeping to the left, cuts it up down the sideline of the 43, and he's taken down by Tice Lyle once again.
Austin Bogner on carry. Hit by number
And that'll be the end of the third quarter.
Tice Lyle.
42-0, Colonel Crawford over Buckeye. We head to quarter number 4 here on WBCO and the OH Report.
Dylan Wyatt and I.
For 25 years, the team at Spreng Capital Management has helped you and your family through times of economic uncertainty. This experience and knowledge has helped us to guide you through numerous economic cycles, making us qualified to help you through the economic turmoil of today. When reviewing your own economic plan, let us help guide you along the right path. Call us at 419-563-0084. At Spreng Capital Management, we are here to be your financial partner.
OH Report brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
Wage report. Jared Moore, Tim Birie, 42-0. Colonel Crawford on top. Clock starting to run here, fourth quarter.
Yeah, just boy, this makes it hard too on a coach. I mean, you want to get your other guys in. Now Crawford plays a lot of guys already.
Yeah.
And there's a JV game tomorrow probably, so those guys will get to play in it. But boy, it makes it hard when that clock's running.
Which one do you think? Yep, that's what I meant.
Bogner, left tackle here on third down, pushes forward and got the first down over the 45. He'll get to the 46, and it's 1st and 10.
And the handoff, Bogner finally brought down.
Nice run there for Bogner, able to keep the legs churning there, Tim, and drive them and get that first down.
This is the third first down for Buckeye this half.
Around 47-yard line.
So game clock now under 11 minutes.
Crawford's got a few more subs in defensively, so.
Yeah. I know anything about Crawford.
Yep. Phillips.
There's another one out.
Yep, those trips to the right. Phillips throws out wide on a screen to Alec Phillips, and it's through his hands, incomplete.
That doesn't happen very often.
He was sure-handed so far this season.
He's got really a nice pair of hands on him.
It's a bit low on the throw.
A little bit, and I think he looked up.
I
think he looked up a little bit to see what was in front of him and dropped
And it's just good to see him out there, Tim, because he's been riddled with injuries throughout his athletic career here at Buckeye.
Sure has.
And here, we're through the halfway point of the season, Tim. Phillips fires a strike, and it's caught by Bogner, and he's in Crawford territory to the 41.
And Austin Bogner brought down by number 16, Tyler.
Nice pitch and catch.
Pitch and catch, yes, indeed. He fired that pass in there, and they get the first down to the 41.
And another first down. Keep this thing moving.
9.5 to go.
It's the first pass he completed one to Hunter Caudill for no gain. That's the first pass he completed to someone other than his brother for a positive gain.
Phillips standing at midfield, fires it again, caught at the 27 along the right sideline by Alec Phillips. First down for Buckeye Central, and Tim, even though it's against some backups, it's good to see get some positive yards, get some positive momentum. Try to put a score on the board.
Well, you want to get something good coming out of this thing going into next week, so you have something good to talk about. Certainly you got plenty of things to talk about that we got to get better at if you're Buckeye Central. But, also you want to have some positives.
And, of course, The defense still wants to shut out. Phillips throws it deep. End zone, caught, touchdown. Alec Phillips from his brother Jack. 28 yards out, and Buckeye Central is indeed on the board for the first time tonight. So Alec Phillips with a 28-yard touchdown catch. Buckeye Central will... It's hard to tell because Jack is usually kicking the extra point, so it looks like they're going to go for 2. (42-6) our score currently. Phillips back to throw, looking end zone, steps up. He'll get to the 5, rolls out to the right, on the run, throws it, caught. 2-point conversion to Alec Phillips.
He did a good job there scrambling around and called his brother to come back a little bit to the ball. And then zinged one in there right on the sideline for the 2-point conversion.
So 42-8 our score. Buckeye on the board. You're listening to high school football here on WBCO and watching on the OH Report.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
CT scan. If you smoke, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at 0.
OH Report. Jared Moore alongside Tim Birie. 42-8 our score. Colonel Crawford on top of Buckeye. 6:45 to go, but Jack Phillips with a 28-yard touchdown pass to his brother Alec to put him on the board. We talked about, a positive outcome there for Buckeye, and they got it.
Yeah, well, it's good for them, good for their confidence, and like I said, just good to have something positive to talk about while you're watching film. I mean, they had plenty, they had positives because of the first drive. And now what may be the last drive of the game for them. Now they're going to get some positive out of that as well.
And Crawford finds themselves out offensively, and we'll have a new quarterback in as well, and that will be number 8, Bryson Fortney. No. He's under
24.
center. Yeah, he's under center. Number 24, Brock Lyle.
Oh, Coach Lyle's other son.
Lyle Crocodile.
Yeah. And you said number 8 is who?
The Bryson Fortney, the running back.
Fortney.
They've lined up in the gun so much tonight, Tim. We're used to their wing T, but that's been a change really this year. They've done a lot out of the gun compared to years past as well. And is that just the quarterback play because of that? And you have a wide receiver in Parker Weithman and John DeGray. So you have some more athletes on the edge.
But they still want to run the football.
Yeah.
Number 44, man, I'm running out of
You're running out of space for Jensen Landon, the freshman running back who took it around the edge and picked up the first down.
What's 44's name again?
Jensen Landon.
A very special thank you to another veteran, Mac Judge, who was served previously in the Marines.
He's a freshman.
First down. So that's 4 first downs now for Crawford. Clock continues to run. Boy, it goes fast when you get to.
Yep, Fortney wrapped up and taken down. Behind the line of scrimmage here for Crawford. It does indeed. Yeah, 4.5 now left in the game. 42-8, Colonel Crawford.
I didn't see who carried
And on the tackle was Chance Hawley. On the carry by number 8, Bryson Fortney.
And number 8, Bryson Fortney on the carry. Tackled by number 52, Chance.
Bring up 2nd down and 11. From the 48-yard line here for Crawford. You know, it also, Tim, you mentioned it does take away some time from the backups, and kids like Lyle that want to get that playing time, now getting that playing time on a Friday night, but it's much more limited than it used to be. Kyle Smith on the carry now. You're going to completely run out of space.
It's the last line. No one else can carry the ball. That is new.
Down by number 14, Madden Alt.
And I'm sure I'm looking back, and hopefully no new number back there next to Lyle.
It is Lyle along with, Lyle's going to get the carry, works his way to the right side, gets over midfield once again to the 48.
Is that Fortney?
Yep.
All right.
Score update from Detroit. They are now trailing the Braves 10-1. Tampa Bay beating Boston 3-2. Ooh. Cleveland trails by just a game and a half in the wild card. Cleveland leading 2-0 in the 3rd inning. 2:45 left in our game. Colonel Crawford leading 42-8 and taking a sack back. At the 45 was Brock Lyle.
By number 7, Owen Hatton.
Owen Hatton on the tackle.
Well, that should do it for Crawford. So I squeezed him in on half a line there. So I got it.
Buckeye Central.
Yep, Buckeye Central will take over. Turnover on downs. 2:15 left in the game. And the clock running. Might be our quickest game of the year, Tim.
I would imagine. Boy, the clock's been running for a while.
Timeout.
1:39 left, and Buckeye takes a timeout. So we'll keep it right here. The Crestline Harvest Festival wraps up this weekend. This year's festival features a new ride company and roaming circus acts down the Midway. The festival features a pageant, 5K color run, lots of kids activities including carnival rides, musical entertainment, all 3 days, eating contest, a car and motorcycle show, a parade, games, a craft show, food vendors, and much more. For more information, check out CrestlineHarvestFestival.com. Made my way over there for lunch earlier today. Chicken bacon ranch panini.
Wow.
It's quite delicious. And a reminder to call in after your game tonight to the Friday night phone board with Davy Jones, 419-562-2222. Davy will be looking for all the scores from around the area for tonight's games. He'll probably be looking for this one as well. Under a minute to play now. 2nd down and 8 here for Buckeye Central. They also bring in substitutions, and it's a straight snap to Madden. Alt takes it around the corner, gets to the 35, to the 30, inside the 30, down to the 28.
And Madden Alt on carry. Brought down by number 25, Hudson Edwards.
So under 30 seconds to play now.
Large gain, 1st and 10, Buckeye Central.
Play clock and game clock about the same. I think that's going to do it.
Doesn't look like they're going to run another play.
Indeed, it'll be 42-8. the final score here from Buckeye Central. Colonel Crawford will move to 5-0. Buckeye Central will fall to 3-2. So stay tuned here on WBCO to our post-game show. And keep watching here on the OH Report as well. We'll have our McDonald's players of the game on WBCO along with our MVP on the OH Report. And then we'll also come up with our Spitzer Motors Game Changer. Once again, your final score, Crawford 42, Buckeye Central 8. Stay tuned here on WBCO and the OH Report.
Are you ready?
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
For 25 years, the team at Spreng Capital Management has helped you and your family through times of economic uncertainty. This experience and knowledge has helped us to guide you through numerous economic cycles, making us qualified to help you through the economic turmoil of today. When reviewing your own economic plan, let us help guide you along the right path. Call us at 419-563-0084. At Spreng Capital Management, we are here to be your financial partner.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more. Every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
And the Ad Council.
Back here on WBCO and the OH Report, and we have our Baker's Pizza MVP here on the OH Report, Joseph Zizzo of Colonel Crawford, the kicker. He was 7 of 7 with extra points. I count 3 touchbacks. You may know more than that, Joseph, but congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you.
And, you know, I would love to have chosen you last week as well, but Payne had such a big game.
Oh, yeah.
He specifically gave you the shout out when you were asked about. So just talk about your teammates and talk about Payne specifically.
Yeah, Payne, he's a big leader for our team this year. He always puts us first. He's always been a team player. He's a really good guy. And our whole team is like that. We always have each other's back, and that's how we've always been. We all grew up together, playing together, so we've all really gotten close together. We have a bunch of seniors, 17 of us, so we all grew up together and we just bond really well so that we all have each other's back.
And, you know, we talk about it during the game, how special teams can make such an effect, Joseph. And not just the 7 for 7 extra points. Obviously, that doesn't make a difference in this game. Mm-hmm. But your field goal in that first half last week against Mohawk, it was the difference maker. You guys won 24-21. just talk about the time that you put in. I guess, we don't really hear a lot from kickers, right? And, you made the difference last week, but extra points can also make a difference, and you just knock them through like nothing. Just talk about your preparation throughout the week and what it takes, to have that skill of being a field goal kicker.
I have a great coach, Coach Solis. He's been around for a long time, and he just always puts it in my brain what I have to do, and I just work as hard as I can the week before, and I just get ready for the week. And I've been working since freshman year on kicking. I had a really good kicker before me, Braxton Morton. So he taught me everything I know with kicking also.
And, we talk about the field goals making a difference, the extra points, but also your touchbacks. I mean, Buckeye's not used to touchbacks by any means. A lot of teams around here can't do it, but you can. Just talk about what goes into that, and you put your defense in a great position every time.
Well, I guess being in the weight room helped a little bit this year with touchbacks. Never been a big weight room guy, so now that I'm doing touchbacks, the coaches get excited about it. So when I get to do that, I'm really proud of myself. So it makes me happy that I can do that for my team and put them where they need to be on defense.
Congratulations, Joseph. Why don't you go ahead and look into the camera and give a shout out?
I'm going to give a shout out to Trey Skaggs, my snapper, dog. Peyton Baker, my holder. All the teammates, the whole line. Connor McMichael, freaking dog. Like Mega Knight, Evo on Clash, if you know, you know. All the guys, just the whole team, the coaching staff, Coach Solis especially. That's my dude. Love him.
All right. Congratulations, Joseph, on a win here tonight, and keep this thing rolling.
Thank you.
All right, that's our Baker's Pizza MVP, Joseph Zizzo. 7 for 7 extra points, 3 touchbacks. And what a game for him. He had that big kick last week, basically the difference maker, Tim. And, from there, it was just, Crawford the rest of the way. So, yeah, let's get our headset there. Back to Tim.
Still there? Everyone's still in?
We disconnected somehow. There we are.
All right.
Yeah, we're here. But, 42-8, Tim. They did it in a variety of ways. I don't think there's really much to talk about besides, Crawford did what they did, and they get the win once again.
They're very businesslike in what they did tonight. I think that's the best way to describe it. They came in, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They have a significant advantage because of their numbers, and they used it, especially, with the linemen subbing in and out. And they just made plays. We talked early in the game saying, that Buckeye had to try to control the ball, which they did, other than one play on that first drive, and they got them in trouble. But the big thing they also had to do was not give up big plays, and obviously Crawford made a lot of big ones.
All right, we'll go ahead and give out some awards here, Tim, unless you had any other things you wanted to talk about.
I think that it's just proven out, that Crawford, they're obviously one of the elite teams in the N10, but, they still got 5 games left. And, they still have to play Cary. They still have to play Seneca East. Both outstanding teams. And so they're going to have to keep getting better. They're going to have to get healthy. And, but then we mentioned if they're able to win those games and finish the year as league champions, I'm sure they would like nothing more than to, down the road, have a rematch with Grandview Heights.
Indeed. That'd be a good one. I kind of want to get some Granddad's Pizza again from that concession.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was good.
Now, just, Buckeye started great on that first drive, ended up, fumbling back to stall the drive on 4th and 35. And from there, it was just all Crawford. And, we talked about it before. It's a depth factor. It's the skill guys. The offensive. It's just a mixture of everything. Offensive line, defensive line, a little bit of everything. But you can see here on the OH report some of our post-game highlights. Just an all-around, dominating aspect there by Crawford.
As I said, they came in and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. And I'm sure that Coach Bruner will look at it that way, talk to the kids, be positive with them, and they'll move on to next week and get ready for the next one.
Yep. Buckeye next week, we talked about the gauntlet that they have coming up, and they will play against Mohawk, so it doesn't get any easier
not at all.
from here. So we'll give away our McDonald's players of the game, courtesy of the Lewis family McDonald's. Go ahead, Tim.
Well, for our, we gave Zizzo.
Let's give Zizzo
the MVP. So why not the player of the game?
Yep, 7 for 7 extra points, 3 touchbacks.
He just keeps them bottled up. So, and so they're starting every drive, usually inside the 25, if not on the 20. And so, great job by him. And for Buckeye Central, I would imagine one of the Phillips brothers. So which one you want, Jared?
Let's go with Alec.
All right.
Alec Phillips. He caught the touchdown pass, caught some big
big
catches on that first drive.
I think he ended up with 8 catches for about 75 yards, I think it was.
Okay.
And a touchdown.
Yep. So congratulations to Alec, our Lewis family McDonald's player of the game, and congratulations to Joseph Zizzo as well. Our Spitzer Motors game changer, Trace Skaggs, for Colonel Crawford, a 17-yard interception touchdown pick 6. That's going to wrap things up for us here on WBCO, along with the OH report. Thanks to Jory and the OH report, and our camera guy, Kane Longwell. Mm-hmm. And Danny Lane back in the WBCO studio. Once again, your final score tonight, Colonel Crawford 42, Buckeye Central 8. For Tim Birie here with me, Danny Lane back in the studio. I am Jared Moore, signing off, saying so long and good night.
All right, guys, safe travels.
That wraps up the Lewis family, McDonald's of Bucyrus and Gallion High School.